Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're just going to go over the books I read in December. It wasn't as many as I hoped, but I'm quite happy with how many I did get through. Now this isn't necessarily in order. I'm going to try my best just to see if I can keep it from when I started in the first week of December through to today, which today is actually, we're about 10 minutes away from New Year's, so I might have to film this in two sessions because there's fireworks already. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, so just to begin with, I read two of the Bridgerton books. So I read the fourth and the fifth, Romancing Mr. Bridgerton and To Sir Philip with Love. Now, this book here is the one that follows Penelope and Colin. If you're following the TV series on Netflix, this is the one that they're basing the next one on. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I think the release date is first half of the series. Sorry, I'm dropping the books on my lap. Here we go. The first half of the series is due in May, I think, and then the last of it due in June, I think. I thought it was Christmas, but oh well. And then I read this one, which is Eloise's love story to someone called Sir Philip, who has actually already been introduced in the TV series. But I'm not going to go into that because I'm going to do a separate video once the series is out on kind of the differences and how they've done that. So I'm hoping they do a build-up of how this book gets introduced. If not, then they have already missed one of the brothers' stories if you go by chronological order of the books. So I'm hoping they introduce that one instead. But we'll see. Really enjoyed them. Can't wait to read the next ones that I've got. Dumping that down there. The next book that I read was The Poppy War and The Fourth Wing. So I read The Poppy War first within a week, and then this one within 2 or 3 days. There is another video out where I compared the two. Very similar genres, very similar kind of plot, but they are quite different in terms of subjects they hit. Like this one's got sex scenes, kind of smut in it, and then this one doesn't, but it goes more on inner power. So kind of depending on what you're looking for, these I really enjoyed. Can't wait to read both of the next ones. I don't have the second book of this, but I have the second book of this one. Yeah, so this one was influenced because I saw it, it's very shiny, I'm attracted to shiny things. But also I know it's really big at the moment on like TikTok and shorts and things like that. And I don't know, I was just kind of like, ugh, another one kind of thing. But then when I picked up and read the blurb, I was like, actually, sounds a lot really cool. And I feel like I would have loved it even more if I was slightly younger. Because it's definitely the vibes I would have really devoured in my teen years. And then the book that I've just finished, She Who Became the Sun. This is actually really good. It starts in 1345, and the author, from what I understand, tried to make it as factual with locations and what was going on with inner struggles, wars, things like that. But they also took liberties, and they do mention that in the book itself. The character is very good. It's got kind of a humour in it that I wasn't expecting. I don't know if it's meant to be a humour that's there. It could just be my dark sense of humour sneaking in, but really enjoyed it. Quite a laugh. But also at the same time really serious. I love the ending. Not what I was expecting. Highly recommend. And because it's that time of the year to officially start my book journal, I've already kind of started it, so Fourth Wing was on there on Goodreads best pick, so I have assigned that off, and I am classing this as my orange book for the Rainbow Challenge, just because it's my book journal, and technically when I'm editing this, it's gonna be the new year, so that's how I'm kind of doing that. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to it. I am going to be filling it in, so in a minute you'll jump to watching me filling in the first bits, which I can't wait. So in terms of what I'm reading now, going into the new year, I've decided to... Sorry, I had to reach behind me to grab that book then. I'm actually going to do Hotel 21. Instead of doing my TBR, which you would have seen me in the previous episode setup, I've decided to just pick a book straight out that I want to read instead of wait. And that'll be Hotel 21 to get me going. So that way I'm taking a break from fantasy, going into more fiction. Sorry, going into a bit more fiction. This one's really interesting. It's, from what I understand, there's another book similar, or this is a carry-on from the, I'm not really sure, we'll see how it goes, but I think it's a carry-on character from a previous book. So I don't know necessarily how that's going to go, or if this one leads up to another one similar. But basically it's a cleaner goes to clean a hotel and become a model employee, or so you'd think. But at the same time she steals and she takes little souvenirs as she cleans. Nothing of valuable, so it lists here things like lipstick, a hair clip, tweezers, little things that can go missing when you're travelling. And by time the guest has noticed, she's long gone. So if anyone does complain, I don't know, maybe she does a Houdini and she goes to the next hotel. Or, you know, she's on to cleaning an extra room and no one can prove anything. But it kind of goes into it where at her 21st hotel, so she's been busy, and as someone who's been like in the recruitment world, I'd love to see how she's listed all those hotels on her CV. But yeah, it says that she gets involved with her colleagues and their complicated plans and their lives, and how she kind of sticks around to become friends with them. I think that's how it kind of goes. Yeah, not really. It's bad to say I don't have high expectations. I'm kind of looking for some light, fun reading, and I'm really hoping to be surprised by this. I haven't looked anything up by it other than, well, if I finish reading this, this will be my yellow book. So yeah, surprisingly, I'm avoiding all the black books, as you can see behind me. So this rainbow challenge might actually be kind of easy, but it's not going to get too far ahead of ourselves. So I can't wait to tell you guys how I think of this. And yeah, after I finish reading this book, I will probably pull something from my TBR list, which I'm really looking forward to. So yeah, all that's left off at the moment, just to kind of set myself up for the end of January, is to fill in what I've done so far. As I kind of mentioned in the video, some of this stuff I'm going to class as 2024, even though it happened like a few hours before it ended. But either way, why not? So just because it is the beginning of the month, and I'm probably going to forget to do this soon, let's just start off with the day tracker. So far, I can guarantee you I have read, hold on, let me copy, paste. No, paste up there, of course. So I have read, what, we're on the 5th now. There we go, I think that's correct. Hold on, zoom in. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is today. I know I'm going to read today. I know I read yesterday. I read on the 1st and I read on the 2nd. So I know I didn't read this day because my fiance ended up being ill from work. So I just kind of stayed home. Well, I would have stayed home anyway, but I kind of stayed near her just to make sure she was okay in general. Yep, and then I need to go over to here, copy. So I started, and yesterday I started. I've already read some today, and I do plan to read more. And I finished a book. Ooh, move. There we go. I don't know, but I might actually make these transparent and put a number under here just to make it easier for me so I don't have to keep counting. Pretty well so far. And in terms of bookcase, so I'm going to add an orange one. The ones that I did early. There we go. So that'll be She Who Became the Sun, the one that I finished on New Year's Day. Well, no, technically I finished it on the 31st of December, or however that works. But yeah, so there you go. There's that. Now these would be the Poppy War. So that's the Poppy War, if I remember correctly, and then that is Fourth Wing. Yep, and if you'd watched my TBR, then you know what book I'm reading currently, which is the first Lord of the Rings. So, oh, that might actually be quite nice. If I read all three of them, it'll be these three. Yeah, that would be quite pretty, actually. Now, I've obviously not labelled them, so this I'm just going to have to remember all this. So I already filled in the Fourth Wing here. I gave it a 6-star, sorry, a 5-star. So yeah, and I've got a lot of books to buy, as you can see. And then here I want to do this. Text color is black, cool. So, She Who Became the Sun. And then I'm currently, well, I've just finished reading the yellow one, but I'm going to fill that in at the end of the month. And then bingo. Did I do anything here? Published the year I was born. Okay, so I don't think it'll be any of these at the moment. That's fine. Okay, so I've got. You know what, I did actually make a note to put Bridgerton here, but I didn't actually read that too close to the new year, so I'm going to leave that. I do have other Bridgerton books, but I feel like that's going to be cheating just a little, so instead I'm going to go down to here and do She Who Became the Sun as well. Yep, and then these I will fill in at some point for the books that I have read already. So yeah, that's everything here. So that is actually everything I wanted to just kind of cover in this video with you guys today. So yeah, thank you so much for putting up with me again for just a little bit. The next video should be out in the next couple of days, so I look forward to speaking to you then. Like usual, please do feel free to like and subscribe and leave any comments. If you're reading any of the books that you may have seen me go over already, let me know. I'd love to start a discussion around that. And also, if there's any books that you feel that I may enjoy from what I'm reading, like recommendations, I'm always open to them. Okay, thank you. Bye.